If it is Tuesday night, that means it's time for Comic Book School Live because we own Tuesday nights. My name is Buddy Scalera, and I'm doing my best deep voice because once again, Rob Anderson, our announcer, is out on injured reserve. I think he hurt his arm either ripping a phone book in half or punching a planet. That's the only explanation I can think of. But you know what? You're here if you're a first time creator hoping to get your first exposure to comics publishing, a rising talent building your audience, or an old grizzled pro like me, we welcome you to Comic Book School, where we talk about the craft and business of making comics. My name is Buddy Sclair, and I'm the founder of Comic Book School, a place where people go to learn about the craft and business of making comics. I repeated the same, I'm reading off of a script. I'm also a comic book writer and a publisher with nearly 30 years, 30, of comic book publishing. Tonight, I am joined by my personal hero and personal trainer, a man who needs no introduction except for the fact that he sat next to me at Wizard Magazine and has won 3 Emmys for television writing. Please welcome Mr. Mike Fasolo.
Hi, buddy.
Mike, it's scripted and I still can't get it right.
I was wondering why you kept repeating things if
I
you're
read the
reading
same line
it.
twice. I'm not good. And I would only blame the writer, but I wrote it.
It
So
sounded good though, even though you said it twice.
yeah, so we have a pretty jam-packed show, Mike. We have a pop-on guest tonight.
Pop on, that's new.
Pop-on guest. We will be talking about things related to comic books,
Okay,
right?
things in general
Things
too.
in general.
Hmm.
Let me see what the agenda is for tonight. Oh, we've got a publisher just contacted me today to give me information that they're looking for writers and artists.
Hmm.
I am in the news, Mike. You want
In
to
the
start
news
with
for
that?
what? Like,
I am
yeah,
in the news. Yeah. So
like
you know this thing NFTs that I've been talking about.
I do. I know
Why
nothing
did you
about you
roll your eyes a little bit
because
when
I
I
don't
said
I
it?
don't understand NFTs. So when anybody mentions them, I'm like, I don't get it,
Well,
and
you know that we're going to be running class at Comic Book
I
School.
do, and I'm
You
waiting
do.
for it.
You're waiting for it. And hey, it's Vince. It's Tuesday, right? Because it's 2
Get it?
22 20
Tuesday,
Tues
Tuesday,
Tues. It is
Tuesday.
Tuesday. And Daryl's happy to be here. And then Rich just joined up. What's up, Rich? How are
Hey,
you?
Rich.
Hey, Rich. So anyway,
Rich.
we've got some people here, and we're going to be starting our class on NFTs. But that led to something that I was unable to share not too long ago. I'm going to share a tab. I don't know why, Mike.
Push the button.
Push the
You
button.
got that thing that you push the
I
buttons and
I can't. I have a microphone stand in front of me. Okay, so I was in the news with my good friend and your friend, Darren Sanchez.
I know Darren.
Darren Sanchez. I have always been a Valiant fanboy.
Hmm.
When I was coming up, Valiant was the up and coming company, and I got my first Valiant credit with Darren. We actually did a Time Walker, Eternal Warrior story. It's only 3 pages, and they are explaining how to create a wallet to download NFTs. And Valiant just launched their NFT project with Punk Mambo and some of the other releases that they have. And they wanted people to understand how you would create a cryptocurrency wallet. So we did a 3 page story. Um, and if there are any parts that you really like, I wrote it. If there's any parts that
Obviously.
falls flat, then that's Darren.
Yep.
Can you see the screen? I don't even know if you can see the screen. You can't see
I
the
can
screen.
see it, but it's really small, so I can't read it or
You
anything.
can, and it's what a weird thing. It's like people with like in undergarments
Yeah,
in
it's
the
robes and torches.
that better if I stretch it? Well, anyway, I'll put the link in the notes and in the chat here. What's great about this is they put it on comicbook.com. It's 3 pages. It's free. You can download it. Most awesome is are the names Darren Sanchez and Buddy Scalera. So we're very excited, and it links to the NFT at valiantentertainment.com.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty excited about that. We've been we worked on it for a while. It was actually it's very challenging to write an educational comic, Mike. I don't know if you've ever tried to write anything educational.
No, why would I?
because you're getting paid for it.
Yes, if they paid me for it, I would write educational.
Yeah, so I wrote that. I've done quite a bit of what they call custom comics, where you do educational comics for money, which is awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah,
getting
so we
paid
did
is
the
great.
NFT. Yeah, and I've always wanted a Valiant credit. Eternal Warrior and Time Walker, and even the Geomancer are in there. We managed to get three characters in 3 pages, so very excited and very
Now,
proud. So
what's next on the list? I mean, if that checks one box, what do you want to do next?
I want to do tons more. I love Valiant, so I'm hoping that we can do some more with them.
Well, congratulations,
Thank you.
and I
So
wish you luck.
thank you. So people who want to learn about NFTs, Mike, can go to the link that I just provided here and learn about how to set up a wallet, how to buy an NFT, and how to get started in this wonderful world of NFTs. And of course, if people are interested, they will be able to go to our website, and we will be making it easy for them to learn. I can't see window. There we go. I know it's ridiculous. But we are going to be doing learning with NFTs. So we encourage people to go to the forums at create.comicbookschool.com. Just start posting. You'll start to see some information about our upcoming first drop of NFTs. There's some previews in there, Mike, and some exciting stuff to come.
And is this the class that's going to teach you all about them?
That is correct.
Okay, I
That
will
is
be
the
there
class.
then.
You will be there. So speaking of pro work, Mike, I saw a post from comic book school friend Stan Cho, and Stan has been going to the comic book school classes for many years at New York Comic Con, and he noted that they are looking for writers, artists, editors, and people most notably who are familiar with webtoons, and they would love to talk. And actually, Stan is very interested in NFTs as well. So he had said that if you were interested, you can go to this Calendly link. Calendly enables
Calendly,
you. It's a really hard word. Calendly link, and
Calendly.
you can book 30 minutes with Stan
Oh,
and show him your portfolio. Or if you're a writer, for my writer friends out there, you can pitch him an idea. It is really hard to find this Calendly link, especially if you're not good on LinkedIn. So you know what I did, Mike, for everybody? I
you made
went
it
in here.
easy.
I made it easy. If you go into the comic book school message boards and you click on the paid work, what I did was I created a talent hunt. AWA is looking for writers, artists, and editors. And you'll see the link to Calendly. You'll see Stan's link and a link to AWA, which is right over here. And you can see the kind of work they do. It is, they do top flight, they top tier work, and they're great. And Axel Alonso is there. Axel was part of Comic Book School's live education at New York Comic Con. So, he's good. He spent many years at Marvel and at DC, top flight guy, and of course Bill Jemas, who was Marvel COO and president for a while. So they're kind of a big deal, and so they're serious. So people who are interested in learning a little bit more about what AWA is looking for and their talent hunt for artists, writers, and editors can go there and check that out. What do you think of that, Mike?
I think you made that super easy. That's even something I could follow.
Yeah, I'm pretty proud of myself.
You done good.
I done good. So, Mike, last week we had a special guest randomly pop up in our chat, and they were nice enough to follow up with me. This is a longtime friend, and we are going to be having Mike. We haven't done this in a really long time, so I'm going
Okay.
to pull up the graphic. You
What
ready?
is it?
You ready? Oh, Aaron did it. We have a pop on guest.
Pop it. Pop in.
Pop
Pop
in? Is it a
in.
pop in?
Pop in.
Pop in. Oh,
Pop in.
like Mary Poppins.
Unless you want to change the graphic to say pop on.
They don't let me near the keyboard. So I want to introduce my guest, and I'm going to add him to the stream. Welcome to the show, Paul Castiglia.
Thank you. Thank you for having
Well,
me, guys. Appreciate it.
Now, Paul, I'm going to try to remember. Do I know you longer, or do I know Mike longer? Did I meet you before Wizard, or did I meet you while I was at Wizard?
I don't remember, but I think probably when you were at Wizard.
Now, what years did you work at Archie Comics?
I worked on staff at Archie from 1990 through the spring of 1999. And
Then
then
I
and then
suspect
I
I met you
continued freelancing.
before. I'm going to guess that I met you before. You were in publicity?
Yeah, well, at Archie, I was everything. I was an editor. I was running publicity for them. I was writing. I was doing archive historian work, all kinds of things.
So, Mike, I might even know
But I
Paul
know
longer
you
than I
through
know
that.
you.
I know you through Wizard for sure. I know that. I know you came to the office, and then I know I was a guest on your previous show.
Comics
Right?
Vision. Mike,
Really? That was
Comics
Mike, he
before.
was on Comics Vision.
That must have been
Yeah.
before me.
I don't know because I was doing.
For me on Comics Vision, because
You don't remember Paul?
no, I don't remember Paul. Of course, I don't barely remember what I ate for breakfast. So it doesn't,
Well, this
doesn't say
was Clark
much.
Brown, back when I was on Comics Vision. So maybe
Paul, I
that's
was 60
funny.
pounds thinner, and
I had hair.
Mike had hair. So listen, we're all aging together. But Paul, you went on to have a very interesting career. I'm going to pull something up, Mike. Paul is kind of a big shot comic book writer. He has written here as I go look for the window. There we go. Pull it up. So Paul has when I just went look at this, everything Paul Castiglia, and you just do a search, something like 800 hits.
Oh
Paul's
no.
Nice.
yeah.
That's because Archie reprints my stories over and over again. So they're turning up multiple times.
All
So
right.
maybe
Well,
it's more like 670.
all right. But look
I
at
don't
how
know.
many come up just as writer alone. When you just do writer for Paul Castiglia, this guy has, and that's how I knew him. He was writing the what was it, Archie Mysteries?
Archie's
Oh,
Weird Mysteries, Sonic the Hedgehog. I wrote a couple of those. Some Turtles, Ninja Turtles. I did a DC showcase.
and Mike, he has a Wikipedia page. Do you have a Wikipedia?
I do, but it's terrible.
You do? I don't
Yeah.
have one.
You
And
should get one.
I
Anybody can get one.
apparently I cannot. I have always wanted a Wikipedia page, and I want the comic book school community to know that I'm not allowed to do it myself.
You
But
can't. I mean, I did mine myself years ago.
well, that was a long time ago. And I'm jealous and I'm competitive. So I would very much like
Well,
that. So
Paul and I have one, and you don't. Ha ha.
I didn't do mine.
Paul didn't do his, Mike. You had to do your own.
Well, I set mine up, and then somebody wrote my bio for me, which is awful. I got to change it.
And you can find Paul occasionally on Twitter when he shows up. He says he doesn't use Twitter very often, but you can find Paul on Twitter. And Paul, will you promise to just check your Twitter this week, just in case somebody tweets you and wants to become your friend?
Sure, I will do that.
You
I
will
will
do that. All right. So stop.
Well, I'm
Screaming.
around different places on the interwebs.
You are on the interweb.
I'm not that hard to miss. I have my blog for my Scared Silly book, which is a book I've been writing for a while, based on one of my passions, which is film history. So I'm writing a book about the golden age Hollywood films where comedians would get mixed up in spooky situations. So, like Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein, that type of thing. So I have that. You can find that on Bloggers. It's called Scared Silly. There it is. So I do that. I do some live speaking at film festivals. I'm doing an introduction for Buck Privates at the West Orange Classic Film Festival on March 13th. So
That's Abbott and Costello, right?
That's Abbott and Costello. So that you can see that information on my blog too. But yeah, and in addition to the stuff for comics, Archie, DC, Dark Horse, I did a pretty extensive stint at Mattel Toys, writing for toy packaging, but also ultimately writing custom comics for Mattel, writing animated web series for Mattel's. I wrote some Thomas the Train stuff, animated for them. So I get my fingers in a lot of different things. Like I said, custom comics. I just did a custom comic over the past year for a company called Chap May Toys, and it was to promote a line of dinosaur toys that might remind you, of a big dinosaur property that everybody knows.
But, Jurassic Park?
I don't. Well, maybe.
But
theirs is called Dino Valley.
Is it a purple dinosaur or one that rips people apart?
Well, they're kind of more budget priced toys chap made, but they're pretty good action figures and stuff. So it was fun doing that. Tom
You know,
McWeeny, who's an artist I've known for a long time, did the art for that, and we had fun with that. And then there's a possibility of a ham radio custom comic in my future, but that hasn't landed just yet. But there's a fellow putting that together, and hopefully it'll land soon. So
Is the dinosaur book just a lot of growling and roaring?
yeah, it was really tough to write that dialogue, you know.
Rawr, rawr.
Yeah.
it reminds me of the classic, which you can now see, Mike. I want to just show you. You can actually see it on. It's available on Amazon. Velocipaster. It is. It is a pastor, as you can see him doing ninja moves there. But when he gets angry, he turns into a raptor.
Nice.
So you can go see Velocipaster. It is on Amazon Prime, and it is as good as you think it is.
How is that not a summer blockbuster movie?
I don't know. I think it must have been during the COVID and anyway, listen, Paul, we promised to get you out because we know that you have some crime fighting to do. Will you come back for a full visit one night? And
I
just
will
really,
certainly do that. I would love to just talk all things, comics and entertainment with you guys and what you guys are up to. I'm interested in stuff you're doing. And
yeah, we're not that
know.
interesting. We'd rather talk about you.
well, no, the NFT stuff sounds really cool. I want to learn more about that, but we'll get into that another time.
Paul, thank you so much. Paul Castiglia, everybody. Mike, give a round of applause
Thanks,
as Paul
Paul.
goes into the green room. There he goes. So we did have, that was a pop-in guest, Mike. We haven't had a pop-in guest since, I think, the first episode.
I don't remember ever having a pop-in guest. That was
did.
before I was here. Before I was the temporary host.
That preceded you?
Yeah, I think so.
Wow. I think Rich is going to be writing a Denver. Oh, what is this? What's that? Denver.
Denver the Last Dinosaur.
Don't worry about the comments, buddy. I got them.
I-
And
you
Mike,
got the
you actually
comments?
were here when Robin was our pop-in guest. He was our
But I
first
have to
one.
tell
was?
you, Mike, Velocipaster.
I will have to watch Velocipaster.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put it on my list.
I am gonna ask you, and I'm gonna check in on you. Anyway, so we still have a couple other things that we have to cover tonight, Mike, and I don't want to short shrift our audience by not covering them.
Short shrift.
Short shrift. I
Maybe you
brought.
could get Paul to write a Velocipaster comic.
Sure. Why don't you volunteer Paul to write other things? All right, Mike. So I dug into the archives to find a photo, and I'm going to ask if you can remember where this photograph was taken.
I'm gonna guess one of the conventions.
You would be wrong.
Oh, I'm wrong. Completely wrong.
RONG. You are wrong. I'm sorry, RONGE. You are wrong. This photo was taken on the going away party that we threw for Russ Wooten before he moved out to California.
Huh.
We were at a pub in
Oh yes, in place over by Congers.
in Pearl River.
Piermont.
Piermont or Pearl River.
Maybe Pearl River. One of those
Something.
P's.
Something like that. So that was us. And I actually pulled out one more from the archive. Now do you want to show one? You have one from the
I
archive?
have a photo from
Hold it up to the screen.
yeah, from '96.
Go full
Where-
screen. Can he go full screen? Aaron, can we get him full screen?
Ooh. This is when we were shooting our first movie that you and I shot in the late '90s, The B Files, and this was in the director's house, and I think somebody just got turned into a sandwich, if I remember correctly.
That's right. So you were I think we're side by side. Oh, there we go. And we're back. And we're back.
But we're reversed.
So we're reversed. So anyway, that was on the set. And I'm gonna do one more from the archive. I hope people like this. I guess we don't really care. This is another photo of you. I'm not sure why you were stealing a shop vac.
Well,
I
you
think
needed one.
I think you got away with it, right?
Oh yeah, I just tucked it under my jacket.
No doubt you were at Sears. We went to Sears. We were doing photo reference. I don't know really why we were doing photo reference, but so there you go.
That looks like it was at the Nanuet Mall.
No, that was at the Paramus Park Mall.
Oh, okay. My
So
next guess would have been Piermont, where we had the going away dinner for Russ.
that's right. That's right. I just want to note that my cousin Christopher provided me
Yes,
with
I noticed the Batmobile.
Batmobile. Everybody knows that I'm obsessed with Batmobiles. I have Batmobiles everywhere, and there's never a Batmobile not in reach. I could procure a Batmobile at any moment. And he got me a very meta Batmobile, which was not a Batmobile, but actually a picture of a Batmobile. So it's
Oh, I thought it was like a whole box thing that you.
no, it's like a tin sign.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's cool though.
I like it. I'm very happy with it.
Thanks, Christopher.
Thanks, Christopher. Everybody remembers Christopher. So make Mike looks like a Target thief.
Yeah,
Yeah, Mike, like you like broke in and like you were like your own flash mob.
that's right. Like
Flashing
there's no one around. How could I not steal it?
That's right. So, where are we, Mike? Where are we in the agenda? What are we supposed to be doing? Okay, I got one more cool thing to show today, Mike.
I'd like to see it.
Do we have a cool thing graphic? We have a check this out. I'm gonna make this my check this out.
Okay.
Do you have a check this out?
I don't have to check this out. I wasn't prepared. Which I know is shocking.
Because
but
we do this every week.
every week. And as soon as we're done with this, I think I should get to check this out for next week. And then I immediately forget. And then I'm unprepared.
This would make a nice T-shirt, wouldn't it?
Yes, you should get that.
We
Comic
should.
book school.
And then I could not give you the shirt as well. I don't. Is Aaron? Are you there? Do you want to just pop on for a second and just show Mike that you actually you have
Oh,
your?
you want to see the comic book school T-shirt?
Yeah, look what she has, Mike.
Oh, yeah, she gets one. I don't
She
get
has a
one.
staff shirt. Well, she has to do this every Tuesday night. Oh wait, so do you. Aaron earned that shirt.
Yes. I haven't earned mine yet because I'm still temporary.
You're still the temporary co-host. Okay, so we have had, and I think Paul Castiglia is still in backstage. I think he's still actually playing back there with the Lego. Can you see my screen, Mike?
I can.
You can. Okay, I'm gonna make sure. Good. Okay. So this over the past couple of weeks, I've been trying to figure out how to add a shop where people can buy comics. And most notably, I wanted to make it easier for people to get our free anthologies, which are called Creator Connections Panel 1 and Creator Connections Panel 2. Each of them are 144 pages of stories told in 8-page increments by our talented community. And there are comic book stories and prose fiction in there as well. And it was a little hard to navigate on the website. And even I was having a hard time like trying to make it easy for people. But now there is a shop button here where you can go and these are $0. You can just download them. But because our community is made up of so many talented people, I am linking to one product each of our community where you can go and discover their work. And
Oh, that's cool.
yeah, and the nice thing about it is everybody is linking back to the site. So if you were to go to one of their websites and explore what they have, and most of them have multiple products, we will make it really easy for you. And then you can come back here and check out some of the other items that are available from our community.
And these are all people that are on the comic book school site.
That's correct. They are all contributors in some way to Comic Book School or educators like, Mike Dolce, right, who worked with us at Wizard. He actually helped me set this up, and so did Marianne Marks. But it is a cool little tool. So all you have to do is go to comicbookschool.com, look for the shop button, and download our free. How do I stop screen? Our free anthologies, but also check out the work of our talented community.
Excellent. Free is the best price.
Free is the best price.
Mhm.
So, Mike, I know it's going to blow you away, but we are actually prepared for next week as well.
Really?
I know.
Uh-oh.
I know.
I guess I
We're
should get on the ball then.
you should get on something. So next week, Mark Irwin, who is a longtime comic book editor, who has been working in the industry for a very, very long time, um, is now at Mad Cave. He's the new VP of Business Development for Mad Cave Studios. You can see he's been at Heavy Metal, Wildstorm, Upper Deck, IDW, and he's written, he's inked, he's a multi-talented creator, and now he's in a business role. He recently assumed this role in September, and has agreed to come on the show and talk a little bit about his journey and how he's moved between. Uh, being a creative person and being a business person. And I think it will be very interesting from our community because I should know, let me just take you back to the screen real quick. You know, Mad Cave is one of those companies where you can kind of see that they would be a really good place to know about for our creators as they are thinking about trying to find a publisher. So I thought it would be really helpful if we spoke with somebody from there, very senior, he's a VP, and what are their submissions? What are they looking for? What are their terms and different things like that. So next week we'll be talking with um,
Mark Irwin.
Mark Irwin.
See, I'm prepared now. I
Well,
know who
no,
he
it's
is.
just hard to run the buttons at the same
Yeah,
time.
I get it.
If you guys know, I have a Stream Deck. It's not even plugged in. I've had this since Christmas. I haven't been able to figure out how to use it.
Isn't it plug and play?
It's supposed to be plug and play, but apparently you have to read the instructions, which I am determined not to do.
I hope you threw him out.
Yes. Hold on. Willie Tucci as a guest would be awesomeness. Actually, War Dogs and Gaming Comics, we actually have a really fantastic video that Aaron and I did, D. Alley and I did at New York Comic Con. So maybe if we edit that clip, we will kind of have him by proxy. What do you think, Mike?
I think that's a good idea. And then
I
you
think
should
that's a
try to
good
get
idea.
him live.
We should get him live. But Mike, you know what? It was a hell of a good show today, at least by our standards. By anybody else's standards, a pretty weak showing. We
You
thank
showed some
everybody.
pictures.
We showed some pictures. Like, who cares? All right, Mike, listen, are you going to be here next week?
I am going to be here next week.
Mike, it was great to have you. Stay in the green room and entertain Paul. I understand you juggle. Is that right? Oh, he's off. Anyway, thank you for joining. My name is Buddy Scalera, and I'm the founder of Comic Book School. And every Tuesday, we talk about the craft and business of making comics. Please spread the word, hit subscribe, do all those things that people do on the internet. Join our message boards. We're trying to build a community. We're giving you free education and really just a way of connecting with other people who do things just like you. We will see you again next week when we have Mark Irwin from Mad Cave Comics. And until then, keep making comics. Good night, everybody.